tell me a little bit about your company and kind of what you're hoping to get out of the strategy call. Because I don't have a set format that I do. I like to learn about the business and then figure out where you want to go with it, and then we'll go there.
Okay. So basically, my business, I joined a franchise of the nation's largest medical revenue managers.
Okay.
So basically, what that means is we help private practitioners, dentists, doctors, optometrists, chiropractors, anyone that practices has a private practice.
Okay.
We help them to identify weaknesses within their practice, financially and time consuming time management, and
Okay.
we give them solutions on how to improve their practices, streamline their practice, and increase their profit.
Okay. And this is from
Uh,
like an operational approach and a billing.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is basically what we do. We're the only ones here at the lake that do
Nice.
this.
Nice.
And because of it being a franchise, I have a great website. However, no one, if you type in unless you type in my website, you're never going to find me.
Right.
And right now, I currently do not have a business page. I'm not on socials at all when it
Okay.
comes to this business.
Okay.
And part of the reason why is because I just don't have enough experience and knowledge or comfort with social media. So there's a lot of opportunity for me to grow and to just help my business become visible, for
Yeah.
lack of a better word.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great word. And so what area do you service? Obviously the lake, but anything else?
I can go nationwide. I'm not tied to any specific area, so I can be nationwide. I can be worldwide. If there's a doctor in England that needs help, I could help them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not tied to this area. This just happens to be where my office is located.
Okay. And then, so the franchise provides the website for you?
Yes.
Okay. And what kind of control do you have? Do you have back end login access? And
I don't think so. Honestly, I'm going to try to log in real quick and see, but I've not tried. It's basically just like a front for people to go into it to learn about what I can do. So let me go into the website and see.
it looks like a standard WordPress website. So there should be some level of control that they give you.
Yeah, looking at this, I don't really see anything. I know normally if I have questions or if I need something, I just reach out to support and get that help.
Okay.
But looking at the website, there isn't a place where I can go in behind the scenes and do anything.
Okay. And so when you say you logged in, where did you log in?
I just went to the website.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I
So
shouldn't say logged in. Sorry.
okay, that's okay. So is that a question that you could ask them? Do you have a point of contact that
Yeah.
like just say something like, hey, if I wanted to get help from a local company on my search engine stuff, would we be able to set them up with access to do that? Or yeah, set you up with access to do that? Or just because you said nobody could find you, that's fixable. But in order for it to be fixed, you or we or anyone that you would choose to work with would need to have that.
Okay, so you need to be able to go into
The
the
back,
background
the back side.
and okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
what I'll do, if you're okay, I assume what you're hoping to accomplish is to just kind of get some information on what you could do to be found, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because that's the thing. If people don't know about us, they can't possibly make the choice to do business with us. Yeah. Okay. So I'm
Okay.
going to share my screen
Okay.
And I am recording this too, so I can give you a recording for future.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I know, like you said, you could go out of area. Is your desire to first just be like, just service the lake area, get found and work with local companies or?
Yes, but yes and no. And the reason I say yes and no is because I want to be, I want clients. It would be convenient if they were here, but if they're out of state or something, I'm okay with that too. I want clients.
Okay. Okay. So given that, local clients generally are going to be an easier reach
Mhm.
from a visibility standpoint
Okay.
than state and then national and then global, of course. So it gets
Right.
harder the bigger circle that we try to create. So as a rule, if you just want to get clients, I would say let's bring your focus into local first.
Okay.
So like in
Okay.
the Ozarks and by the Ozarks, surrounding markets too. So
Right.
it'd be Camdenton, Osage Beach, Lake Ozark, Eldon,
Right.
Versailles, Sunrise Beach.
Yeah, that's
There's plenty of clinics that
yes,
you could reach out to. And if you're the only one in the area, there's plenty of opportunity to gain some foothold there.
exactly.
And then once you gain some traction, because with those clients and then you serve them well, you're going to get reviews, testimonials, that sort of thing.
Right.
It does is it helps to build a bridge to a bigger market. So then maybe Jeff City, Columbia, Lebanon, Springfield. So you grow it
Right.
out slowly. But I would start just from a visibility perspective local for a lot of reasons.
Okay.
Number one being it's easier, much easier to rank locally. But then also your business name is Lotto medical revenue solutions. So Lotto doesn't mean anything to anyone outside the area.
Absolutely.
So that's something to keep in mind, even going forward. I don't know if it's too late to modify that or if you'd even want to modify that, but that is a hyper local business name. It's great.
True.
It's great for the local area. It's not great for going outside of the area. Not only do they not know what it means, but when people hear lotto, the immediate mental thing is like lotto, like misspelled lotto, Lotto.
Yeah.
So these are just things that I see. So I'm just going to walk through and I'm just going to point out things that pop into my head that just based on experience are just things to consider. The other thing is in your logo, we all know what that lake is, but
Right.
outside of the area, that no
Mhm.
one's gonna have a clue, and they're gonna be like, wait, what is that? And they're gonna try to figure it out. So
Ah, okay.
anytime you cause confusion or friction in someone's mind who's looking and considering and all of things, then that friction delays action, sometimes completely stops action because they don't get it.
Okay.
It's great for hyper local marketing, not great for outside of the area marketing. So just keep that in mind too.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think when I first started this, that was the idea was I wanted to focus around the lake first.
Mhm.
And that was why I went with that. But
Yeah.
I definitely see how that is very limiting as well.
Yeah. So just those are a couple things to consider. So the website visually, I mean, it looks professional, looks nice and clean, but there are some things that let's just assume that you had some traction, like some visibility. So people
Okay.
come here. A couple things, because I'm going to get into the SEO stuff in a minute, but that assumes we have back end access. So I'm going to just put that on pause. I'm going to pick that up. So I'm just going to say,
Okay.
let's just assume you run an ad, let's say with Lake Expo, and you're like, hey, practice managers or docs, like here I am, I'm in town, and go visit my website. So they're going to
Mm-hmm.
come to the website, and let's assume local. So Lotto Medical Revenue Solution. So practice managers and doctors are going to know what that means. When was the last time your practice had a checkup? Potentially, that would be something that they would understand. What happens? What does get started mean?
So the first thing that I do is a practice analysis. It's a
Uh-huh.
free practice analysis. And so that's where they can go to give me their contact information for that practice analysis.
Okay. So here's what I would do. Get started is it's a question. Like, what does that mean? So they might not even click on the button because they don't know what it means and it sounds very high commitment. But if you said get a free practice analysis, your conversions to that button are going to be a lot higher because it's very clear what it is that they're signing up for.
Okay.
Okay. And then when they get to this page, instead of contact us, because that's confusing because now your button says, it said get started, and now it says contact us. So I don't like either of those. But if the button said get a free practice analysis, and then it took them to a page that said complete this form to get your free practice analysis, I will reach back to you. We'll set up a time to get on a Zoom call, or I'll come into your practice personally, whatever it is that you do in that process. Tell them exactly what you're going to do and what to expect, and you're going to get more conversions through the form.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah. Because everything so far, get started is confusing. The few people who will be like, I wonder what that means, most people will just ignore it.
Yeah.
And they're going to come here and contact us and we're like, wait a minute, I thought I was going to sign up for something.
Right.
Now you interjected like another weird step that I wasn't expecting. We want to make it that this is prime real estate on your website. So make it super clear. So I change the button and then make it go to a page that says exactly that and what to expect.
Okay.
I would get rid of this phone button right here. Put your phone button in the upper right. And then you also have it at the bottom. So on every page, but that you're giving them multiple options. Move that out of the way and make this button bigger and bold.
Okay.
Okay. Code right. Oh, okay. So the other thing is on this, I had looked at your website before our call, but I didn't stick around right here long enough to see that happen. That was not good. So this our services section.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that you've got your services listed here, but I was just looking at them and then
Uh-huh.
it like auto scrolled before I could even take in what was on the first panel.
Right.
Looks like you got
Okay.
3 panels here. But what I would actually do is probably get rid of this scroll altogether and just have 12, the 12 service tiles, like 4, 4, 4, so that you can
Okay.
see them. And then here, your free practice analysis, this is what you said you do. This is what you want them to do. So this
Right.
should come all the
That
way
should
up
be
to
at
the
the top.
top. Yeah, that should be the first thing. And yeah, make that the primary thing right there.
Okay.
And that's okay. And so just from a conversion standpoint to get leads, if you make those changes, that's going to
Mm-hmm.
help a lot. And then I would change the order of your menu.
Okay.
So about us should never be first because your website is really about the customer,
Services.
not
Yeah.
about you. So people who come to a website like this for whatever reason are looking, they've got a problem, they're trying to solve it. So you want to make every single page, everything they see about the problems that you help them solve and
Okay.
help them solve it. If they identify with it and they're like, yeah, I could really use this help, then they're going to go to about us and check you out. So don't make it about you first, make it about them first, second, and third, and then you fourth.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. And then if they give you the option with this website template thing that they've got here, so that free practice analysis here, but then in the upper right up here, this is really prime. Get a free practice analysis. If we could get a button up here, I'd highly recommend that too.
Okay.
And if you can't get a button up here, then have them add a menu item for a free practice analysis up here. So it's in your menu, which puts it on every single page as well.
Okay.
I would rather have a button big and bold with your phone number by it or below it. But if they can't, because it's a template, then just a menu would be the second best choice.
Okay.
Okay, so I clicked on virtual care. And again, I don't know what level of control you have. If I were working with you and we could edit this website, those are the things I would do. And then I would go to every one of these service pages and I would make it, I would change the language. So it's about them, not about you. So like here, it says using technology to connect people for better outcomes. I would say changing this headline for a lot of reasons, for SEO, but also from what's the problem that this actually solves for the practice, and rephrase it that way.
Okay. Virtual care is just that. So people that are sick can call in to the doctor's office instead of going in for a physical appointment. They can have an appointment by phone or
And so
online.
what does that do for the doctor from a practice and profit standpoint?
Oh, I guess it allows them to see more patients in a given day. It reduces the amount of paperwork and the cleanup time for them in the office.
Okay.
I don't really know.
Yeah, these are the kind of things that we would explore though. So like here, it could be see more patients in less time for higher profit margins using leveraging technology.
All right, reduces patient no-shows. It says over on the left-hand side the benefits.
Yeah, but people read headlines first.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then if they don't resonate with the headline, they move on.
They move on. Yeah.
So these headlines are super important on every single page.
Okay.
That's why we want to focus on those, because you want to get a headline that says, oh, I need to read more. And then they'll
Right.
dive into the rest of the stuff.
Got it.
If they don't resonate, they're gone.
Okay.
Right. So
Right.
using technology to connect people for better outcomes, like what people and what outcomes. So see more patients in less time and yield higher profits, leveraging technology. And then your subline is, we help you implement that. Oh,
Okay.
that's interesting. Get your free practice analysis. Okay, then I want to talk to this person and see what you guys do, what you bring to the table. But
Right.
this is unclear and confusing. Like an analysis, going through your website and looking at each of these services, I think would be important from a conversion standpoint. Like this, reduce paper, streamline patient encounters. That's better. That's definitely better. But what happens when you streamline patient encounters? That's great. But what they really care about, and the reason that they want to talk to a company like Loto Medical Revenue Solutions, is to increase profit. So I would say increase your bottom line, increase your practice profit by reducing paper and streamlining paper patient encounters. And then we help you do that. And then getting your free practice analysis. So you kind of see where my brain is on that approach.
Yep, I do.
Yeah. Because like right now, it's just, okay, this just sounds like work. And no one wants to sign up for extra work.
That's true.
Yeah, this is a better headline, more payment options, more revenue. That's actually a good one. Let's just look at just a few. Save money without sacrificing service. Potentially it's confusing because I don't really understand. Who's Schoolie Mitchell?
Honestly, I am not sure. Schoolie Mitchell is something that we've never really discussed.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Okay. So this would be confusing to them too. So I think this right here is actually the better headline. Are you paying too much for your third-party business services. A free practice analysis will help you very quickly determine that. Who this is, we don't know, nor do we care. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so just like things like that.
All right.
And this is all stuff that we could help you write and modify and change. But if they do it for you, then you just tell them, share this with them. But, and the benefits over here are fine. If we clean this up and then really work on the copy to drive conversions, this is really kind of irrelevant over here. I don't love it. I'd rather have them down here because they just distract and get in the way, but that's okay. But when you get people's brain thinking about too many things, it just causes freeze. They're like, oh yeah, okay, that's lie. So you want it to be super clear, really fast, and you want them to resonate with this, and then to read just a touch more, and then this button should be higher up, and then you could put more stuff down here. And you just want to reduce all the possible friction you can on the page, because this is where your leads come from, this practice analysis. And then make sure that page where you're doing that is actually a page that says, get a practice analysis and here's what you can expect and in what time frame and all of that.
Yeah. Okay. All
So
right.
from a search engine optimization perspective, which is quite important because no one knows about you yet, then there's a lot of work to be done. First of all, Lotto means something to locals, but people don't search for Lotto. They will search for Lake of the Ozarks.
Right.
And so you want to talk to these people that you're working with, if they're the ones that can only manage the website, and have them change Lotto to Lake of the Ozarks throughout the website. And then also up here, do you see this tab up here? This is your title tag. So it says Lotto Medical Revenue Solutions.
Uh-huh.
That title tag on every single page should, number one, be unique to every page. It should have the local area. So instead of Lotto, it should say Lake of the Ozarks. And then it should have primary keyword phrases that people are actually searching for when they're searching for someone like you.
Okay, my first question about changing Lotto to Lake of the Ozarks is my company name is Lotto.
Yeah.
So it would be okay for it to be Lake of the Ozarks?
Yeah. It needs to
Okay.
be Lake of the Ozarks, because no one's going to search for your company name if they don't know about you in the first place. They're going to search for these things at Lake of the Ozarks. And ultimately, assuming Google has indexed your site, which they have, because when I searched for your name, you did come up number one. You're going to rank number one for your name. But people need to know about you. They're not going to search, like they're going to search for solutions at Lake of the Ozarks and around Lake of the Ozarks. So that's what needs to be on the pages, not your name.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
You're down here at the bottom, you're going to leave this because that's your business name. And that will suffice. That will get you ranked if someone searches for Lotto Medical Solutions. But everything else should be around Lake of the Ozarks.
Okay.
Okay. And then right here, this Lotto Medical Revenue Solutions. I think that this should be the headline. I think that this should be a problem. Your business name is already up here. It doesn't need to be repeated here. And this is where the people come here and they're like, okay, am I in the right place? It could be this should be like solve your practice revenue solutions, or solve your practice profit problems, or something like that.
Something else. Yeah.
Yeah. So this should be marketing language, not your business name.
Okay.
And I like this. When was the last time your practice had a checkup? And then the button, get your free
Practice analysis.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
yeah, and then with this moved up, you could actually beef this up. And if you or your franchise, maybe you don't have the success stories yet, but surely your franchise does. Like some powerful stats, like on average, our company increases practice profit by 47% or whatever it is, like that
Right.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So proves that the stuff that you bring to the table absolutely makes a difference.
Okay.
Should be integrated there and shouldn't be lost in a paragraph. So I would totally beef that up, and I put some powerful stats right there to drive it home. So on every single page up here in this title tag, this Lake of the Ozarks, this needs to say Lake of the Ozarks, and then it needs to have the keyword phrases so that people are searching for. And there's tools that we can use to find what people are actually searching for in this industry.
Okay.
Medical revenue solutions, maybe, but probably they're searching for how to increase the profit in my medical practice. So I would
That and how to benefit my billing or
increase, yeah, something like that.
yeah.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
just like on these services, I claim. So it says, let's see at the top, Lotto medical revenue. So it's repeating your business name, which is a waste of space because you could really use this for search engine optimization. And then it has iClaim up there too. That's an internal product, I think. I mean, no one knows
Yeah.
what iClaim is,
Right.
right?
Yeah, that's the
So
name of one of our services.
yeah, what it really should stay instead of iClaim is medical billing service.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Because that's what they're searching for. Now, you can reference iClaim on the copy on your page here, but from a search engine standpoint, that
Mm-hmm.
all these title tags need to be changed so that they really mirror what people are looking for when they're looking for service like folks.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.
It makes me wonder. I'll definitely contact them and find out, but it really makes me wonder if I would be better off just creating a separate website altogether.
If you can't modify this one, then the
Uh-huh.
answer is yes.
Okay. And now, is
Um,
that something that you do?
yes, yes,
Okay.
we do all of that. So I'm looking at the code right now. So they don't even have in this, so they've got the title tags, which aren't great, but there's several other meta tags that should be there, like meta description is a very important tag. It's not even included here. That is used for search engine relevance.
Okay.
So that's missing completely. So yes,
Hmm.
my answer is absolutely yes. If you can't modify this. Like it's not a
Okay.
bad looking site. I think if they let you modify the site and give you some level of control, then I don't know that you need a full new site. But if they don't, then yes, you do.
Okay.
If you want to start ranking for some of this stuff and get found in Google.
Okay.
So yeah, we do website design. We've got a what I call performance marketing program package, which includes the website design, it includes the social media list building. So you want to, what'll happen is, or ideally, what'll happen is when you restructure your site and you start getting found, people will go to the website and they might not convert or fill out your form on the first try or first. And so with the performance marketing program, we do everything that in my 26 years experience that I feel you need to have just build a marketing system that then helps people we retarget them, in other words. So they visit once and we follow them around the internet with the banner ads, tiles, and things. Like if you've ever been on a weather site or a news site or browsing and like you were on a shopping site before, and then you see
Right.
something that you had been looking for, but you didn't act on, we include that because any investment that you make in a website or advertising of any kind. So let's say you did a billboard or like I said, the ads on Lake Expo or something like that, drive traffic to the website. And then what it does is it writes a cookie to their computer. And then that's what prompts those ads to start following them around. So they're like, oh yeah, they're still there. I did go look at that website. I do still have that problem. So the conversion of
Oh,
that make a huge difference because it's top of mind and the people who click through have already been there at least
Right.
one time, and it brings them back and drives conversions. And so
Okay.
then as you build the list of people like filling out forms and giving their information, then you do the email marketing and text message marketing to try to drive them. So the performance program includes all of that. And then the other thing is we have technology that we install on the website that will actually give you their information without them filling anything out. It's called Smart
Ah,
ID. And because as a user, like for example, I currently, while we're on this call, I'm signed into LinkedIn, Facebook, my email, my Google account. And so all this data is available because I'm signed into these things. So if this technology was installed on your website right now, an email from our system or from the Smart Visitor ID system saying, Sandy Waggett, MSW Interactive Designs, so it was on your website. This is what she looked at. Here's all the information that we can glean on the business and on Sandy. And so you would know if what like practices that were on your website, and then you would be able to reach out to them directly. And it's creepy, but it's also very powerful. And be like,
yeah.
hey, I just saw you were on the website and we do these free practice analysis. So I would love to set one up for you. It only takes whatever, however much of your time. And so you can do
Yeah.
it's semi-cold. I call it lukewarm outrage because even though they didn't quite request it yet. So
Yeah.
all of that stuff's built in. But the bottom line is these strategy calls are not intended to be sales calls. I just want you to know that's available and that's all that stuff can be done. But your biggest challenge right now to me, the website itself is terrible on the SEO side and on the messaging side. Visually, it's great, but those changes definitely need to be made. So hopefully the number one question that you need to ask them is, can I get access and work with someone to make these changes? Whether it be you, or you, meaning your franchise people,
Right.
or use someone like MSW or whoever to go in and help get this website in a place that we're actually going to be able to rank and then start capturing leads.
Okay. So just out of curiosity then, because I'm definitely going to need a lot of help, whether if they are able to give me access to the website and I'm able to work with you to get it up and running, or if I have to create a new website,
Yeah.
how much time and what kind of cost is that? Is it like a per hour thing? Is it a monthly subscription? Is it?
Yeah. So the we could do it a couple different ways. If you just wanted the website and didn't want the marketing program alongside of it, we could build the website standalone and I can send you the pricing for that. Based on the size of your website, it's going to be right around $5,000 based on the number of pages. And then we want to add in another page. And it includes all the SEO stuff that and the content writing stuff that I talked about that you need. But I wouldn't actually recommend that for you if you can do the performance program, because the performance program includes the website, which you need, and it includes all the marketing stuff. And so that is $1,295 a month. It is a year-long agreement. And then there's a one-time setup fee of $1,295. So essentially, you're getting the website, which would have been $5,000 anyway, and then all the marketing services on top of it, and it's spread over the course of a year. And then after the year, then it's month to month. So you can decide if we want it to pay for itself tenfold. And so if it does, then we continue month to month. But the year, we have to do a year contract on that because essentially we're taking all the stuff we're doing and allowing you to pay for it over the course of a year.
All right. So basically it'd be 13 months or 13 payments at $12.95
Yeah.
a month. Okay.
Yeah. So what we do
Okay.
is the web design stuff is so the first month is actually the setup, the $12.95 setup, and the first month.
So
The first month is like
2,600.
double, and then after that it's $12.95. And in addition to that, it includes the content management system. So let me just show you really quick, if you don't mind. If you have a couple minutes, I'll show you how we leverage it in our agency because we use it for our business too. You can see here, actually, this is the calendar, the appointments. So this is actually connected to my Google Calendar. The calendar is included, but more importantly, so all your contacts and customers and everybody are all in the CRM, customer relationship management database. So when a lead comes in through your website, it gets written here. And then this opportunities, we actually help you build this out as part of the program that you're signing up for. So I'm just going to show you my sales pipeline. So these are leads that have come in and they're automatically put in this pipeline. So like in your case, if somebody requested something, or even if the Smart Visitor ID, they didn't request it, we put them here and then you can actually
Move them.
move them
Huh.
and move them through the entire flow. We assign dollar values to them so you can see what's sitting out there. So as of right now, I've got $150,000 worth of leads sitting there.
Right.
People have reached out to us, and then you can track all of that. Then all of your marketing, which we're doing for you, but you have access, so you can see all of your social posts. So we actually execute all this for you, but you can see it all. You have your own user account for this. The email marketing, all is from this place. So I've got the template, I don't have any campaigns running right now, but so all of email marketing is right here. You've got a dashboard where you can see what's going on in real time. There's automatic reviews here. So you can actually see all of your reviews in one place and you can modify them. Not modify, but reply to them.
Okay.
And then there's also a prospecting. So I'm going to just show you that really quick because that's actually pretty cool. So we can come here and we can go to, I'm just going to move this right here. So I'm going to go to add prospect and I'm going to say medical office or medical clinic, Osage Beach. And then I get all of the medical clinics.
Wow.
In the area. So like CONC as an example, it gives you all their contact information. And in some cases, if it has a human, it will actually show it. If not, you can actually add a human to the contact at now or at a later date. And then what we can do is add all these prospects to your
CRM.
to your CRM, to the opportunities board. And all of this is included in the program that I just told you about. So that's why I built the program for the purpose of exactly this, because it has everything in it that you could possibly need. You can also connect your email. So like you can see here, this is all connected to my email, and it also connects to all of your social channels. So if you're doing social media marketing, there's a chance that someone will send a direct message to you, one of the social channels. Everything comes here. So you don't have to go log in to all the social channels to make sure you're not missing leads and contacts.
Okay.
And there's an app called Lead Connector that we have you download, and it all comes to Lead Connector on your phone, and you get notifications on your phone when someone comes to you. So you have the ability to respond very quickly. And then we can set up automations. So this is a little advanced, but we do this with the marketing side. So if someone fills out the form for your free practice analysis, we can set up a sequence that emails them a confirmation, tells them that you'll be reaching out to schedule it. Then you schedule it, you tag them, and then we can send them like a text message reminder a day ahead, 10 minutes ahead, or 30 minutes ahead to remind them. So there's all kinds of automations that we can set up to remind people that this is coming. And then people who haven't quite filled it out yet, if like on the Smart Visitor ID, we add them, email them, and provide value, I'm gonna say value emails. So you start talking about the problems that you solve, they get an email once a week, and it's a
Right.
top of mind thing, and then ultimately convert them into that free practice analysis. So it's really advanced stuff. And ultimately what's happening is, obviously all that doesn't happen overnight, another reason for the year-long contract, but by the end, like you have a whole entire marketing system built, which is an asset for your business with all
Right.
the donations and things that are built. So if you sign up for that program, it starts with the website. So you're going to have probably a 6-week period of just focus on the website. Then once the website's launched, then we start building the integrations with the contacts, and then we start building the email flows, and then we start building the automations assigned with the lead capture. So it's a process that occurs through the year, and you ultimately end up with this marketing asset for your business, so that any ads you run have a great place to go, get captured, and then get retargeted and conversion over the life of your business. And all of it takes the first year to basically set up.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, I definitely have a lot to think about, but and the first thing definitely is to reach out to support to find out about getting access to the back of that website.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah, that's a big one. That's the
okay.
biggest one right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to get that fixed.
Okay. I appreciate your time. I can't really do anything until I talk to them and find out what I need to do, but I hope to be reaching out to you for assistance
Uh,
in getting this done because I definitely see the need and I understand everything that you've mentioned, and I definitely can see the improvement that will come from that.
yeah,
So I definitely see your service as a need. It's just whether or not it's going to be starting from scratch or updating this current process.
yeah. Yeah, I will be at the All-Star meeting in a couple of weeks. So hopefully I can just meet you in person then.
Yeah, that'd be great. All right. Sandy, thank you so much for your time and for going through this with me
You're so
and
welcome.
helping me see this. So I
I love that.
appreciate it. And I will be reaching back out one way or the other to let you know how I want to proceed from here.
Sounds good. Yeah, I appreciate
So, all right. Thank you again. I think we went late, but I
it.
appreciate
Okay,
your time.
it's okay. Yeah, I'm good. All right, you
All
have a
right.
good evening, and I will talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.